welcome to yet another edition of a special interview with the Men's Tennis Management COVID-19 Ladies Finalists. Joining me here today are Morgan Lightbottom and Kirsten Soltis. Ladies, first of all, you guys had a fantastic match over the weekend. Kirsten, first I want to also congratulate you on becoming the number one ladies tennis player. But Kirsten, take us through a bit of your match on Saturday.
The first set was pretty tight. We ended up getting to, what was it? 4? Yeah. I can't remember. Honestly, yeah. It was 6-3. Yeah. And then the second set was 3-6, so it was like a complete switch. I honestly don't know what happened in the second set. I guess I just started to lose my composure. Or those times I tend to forget about what happened before. I'll hold on to something, but it's slow progress and growth within my match mentally. And then in the third set, I think, along with cardio and a little bit of other things, I ended up taking it. But Morgan's good competition, especially because we hit against each other all the time, so we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So it was pretty good.
Morgan, you like to mix it up a little bit. Getting a good start obviously was one of the things that you would have hoped to do, but it looked like you were struggling a little bit with yourself and the tempo. Did you find it difficult at the start?
I was very nervous. The first final in a while. I haven't played tennis competitively for probably over a decade. So, just coming back out, it was pretty nerve-wracking. So, of course, it's important to always take an early lead. That was the goal, obviously, but Kirsten had other plans. So it was important in the second set to try and, do as best as I could to start off early. And I had that same mindset in the third set. And that first game, we must have had about, 10 deuces or something. And yeah, that first game was like a set for me. So it was kind of a big blow to lose that first game in the third set. And then it kind of spiraled from there.
Morgan, you put yourself in a very tough position because you had quite a few three-setters in the tournament. Going into the final, did you think fatigue would play a part in it?
Yeah, that's always the case. I wasn't planning on doing any of those three-setters, but they happened. So it definitely made the journey a little more tough. But I think I hung in there. Honestly, I didn't feel that it was more of a fitness thing, more so a mental battle for me. So I guess I'm at least happy about that.
Kirsten, you come from a background of doing plenty of sports, but most of your previous sports were team sports. Now you're doing an individual sport. How does that change for you mentally? Because physically a lot of it plays a good part, but how does that change for you mentally?
That's a very good question. I really couldn't tell you. I've always been a team player, but even when it comes to tennis, when we do travel as a team for ladies teams, when we do go out, it's still the same concept. But being on court by yourself and having to not have feedback when you're going between a quarter, for example, when it was netball, it can get challenging, and I do get into my own head. And I don't know. That's a tricky one. I guess it's just learning progress.
Morgan, what brings you back out to play a sport that you were quite good in years ago, but now you're returning to? Why the return?
I guess I just had it in my mind. So I started back up last year around this time, and I just had it in my mind, and I don't know, just a series of events kind of led me to this. I didn't think it would get get to where we are now, but it is, and I'm glad and I'm happy and I'm enjoying it to the most.
What did you miss about it the most during the time out that has now gotten you feeling like I made the right decision to come back?
Well, I actually was playing a lot of squash. After I stopped playing tennis, I kind of got into squash a little bit, and that was fun. But tennis was always my first love, so I just felt like I wanted to give it another shot, especially since I didn't take it to the level that I could have or should have when I was younger. So I just felt like it's another opportunity to at least give it my best shot.
Kirsten, when you look at what you've been able to achieve in such a short space and time in playing tennis, because it's only been, 5 years, if that? Are you surprised? A little bit, okay, 6 years. Are you surprised?
9 years. No. Surprised. Kind of, sort of, yes. But I guess I'm a little hard on myself and I expect a lot and my expectations are high. So setting the bar high, I think it just forces me to keep reaching for it. And then when I don't reach for it, it's almost like a setback in a sense. But I'm learning to adjust with that as well.
When you look at overall accomplishments of what you've been able to achieve in the sport, does Saturday's final kind of say to you, I could push myself further, I can go through the pain, I can go through everything and still come out okay in the end?
Yes, for sure. Definitely think that I can keep pushing and it will keep pushing me, as well as I hope we push each other, because, tennis for ladies right now isn't where we want it to be, but I know that it's going to get there.
Morgan, losing in the final, obviously you say you just come back, you've only been back a year, but getting to a final, but losing it, does that make you more determined as a player to get into the next competition and try to go one better?
Absolutely. I'm really motivated, and Kirsten keeps me motivated. It's nice to have some good competition here as well. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy. All of this has been a very difficult process, but like I said, I'm just enjoying every moment of it, just trying to soak it up. And we're just going to keep on pushing. Like, I was at practice this morning at 9. I ran before that. I'm not stopping.
Kirsten, she's coming for you. Kirsten, Kirsten, you had the opportunity to warm up with Tariq prior to both of you's final. What was the final words between you two as you're going to your courts, because you kind of started your games simultaneously?
We pretty much bumped elbows and I said good luck and have fun, and that's pretty much where we set it at.
Yeah. What type of Kirsten? What type of tempo do you like? Because I've seen where times you'll speed up the game and other times you'll slow it down. What type of tempo do you like to get into?
I tend to rush sometimes when I shouldn't, and I'm a type of player where it's easier and best for me to stay in the point and allow the other person to force the arrow, but sometimes I get ahead of myself and then I will speed it up, and that's where I make the arrow. So I say a slow and steady race.
Morgan, you're the type of person that likes to hit the ball and stay involved in the play. How much of the fact that that's something that Kirsten likes to do as well, does that drive you even more to try and make those angle shots and cut it down that much quicker?
Yeah, I think Kirsten's more patient than I am. My coaches have been trying to work with me on that. I'm very much an aggressive player. I'm more of like a 1-2 punch type of girl, but I've been trying to, slow it down and, like you said, hit those angles and get her off the court. Just do whatever I can to try and force the error as well. But again, still working on my patience.
All right, ladies, I want to thank you very much for your time. Good luck in your endeavors. In the next tournament, we'll be looking out for you to see how you make out. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thanks,
Okay.